Hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 17, correct? 17, yep, 17 of the second place timeline, alternate presidential histories. Today we have President Theodore Frelinghuysen running for a third term with his running mate Vice President John Davis, facing off against the Democrat nominee, Michigan Senator Lewis Cass, with his running mate, Illinois Senator Stephen Douglas. Now, let's start filling out the map. Start with the safe states, of course. Safe states for Frelinghuysen, of course. We have Wisconsin, that is safe. New York, Vermont, these are safe states. You know, the New Hampshire, or not New Hampshire, but the Connecticut, New Jersey. Let me see. These states, of course, parts of the New England area are, of course, going to go red in this scenario. Safe red, of course, big northern influence Republicans have during this timeline. Now, the South, we have now, of course, Democrats have control of the South. That is simple enough, correct? Of course, Georgia is safe blue this time around. South Carolina, safe blue. Tennessee, Kentucky, those are safe blue. Frelinghuysen leading 72 to 68 electoral votes. Some likely states for Frelinghuysen, of course, Illinois will be likely, of course. That is Douglas' home state. It will have some effect, but not much. Maryland, Delaware, and Massachusetts, and I forgot to put New Jersey down as safe red. So 114 electoral votes for Theodore Frelinghuysen. Some likely states for Lewis Cass, two states, Texas and North Carolina. Those will go likely blue. Texas and North Carolina are trending blue very rapidly in this timeline. So he has 82 electoral votes, a very small lead. A very small push, I guess you could say. Lean states for Frelinghuysen, there are two. We have California and Pennsylvania. Of course, Rust Belt advantage for Republicans, of course. But we have two senators from Rust Belt that are Democrats, which could help them a lot. But, of course, California is still a relatively new state. Will vote red by 2 percentage points in 1852. Now we have three lean blue states. Missouri will go blue narrowly. This is a state that is usually needed to win the election. So it is big news that Cass won the state. He also wins his home state of Michigan. A big flip from the north as he was attempting some sort of Rust Belt strategy. Targeting Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois. He would make a couple trips to Wisconsin, but he wouldn't prevail in any good there. He would also win Virginia by a lean margin as well, a state that Frelinghuysen would target, as it is a state that is more of a swing state than any of the other states. And if he were to win that state, I guess you could say he guarantees a victory in the election. That gives Lewis Cass 112 electoral votes. And now we have three states. I'll just, by the biggest margin, the lowest margin, all these states are going to be decided by less than 1%. First state is going to go to Lewis Cass, a state that he targets Ohio. 23 electoral votes go to the Cass campaign as he picks off Ohio after multiple trips there. A big state, I think the biggest state. No, I am wrong. That is New York. New York is the biggest pickup. Next up is Indiana, another state that will be picked up by Lewis Cass, a state that he will barely hold on to. And of course, he only needs one more electoral vote, but sadly he will not get that, as Florida will go to the incumbent barely. It'll have to go to several different recounts, but Frelinghuysen does pick up Florida and narrowly ties up the Electoral College. Now, this will have to go down to the House of Representatives, who would narrowly vote in for Frelinghuysen over Cass. Frelinghuysen would be elected to a third term by the House, but Stephen Douglas would become the next vice president. So we have a Republican president and a Democrat vice president. Not good at all. That has not happened in this timeline, I do not think. But of course, John Davis, no longer the vice president, and Lewis Cass, not president at all. So, also, Frelinghuysen is the first president to win the election, but not the popular vote, losing it by 500,000 to 600,000 votes. So Cass is the first person to lose the election, but win the popular vote. Now let's take a look at what happens during the last 4 years of Frelinghuysen's term. Okay? So this is going to be his last term, the third term. We're going to be taking a look at the last 4 years of Frelinghuysen. Of course, a very average president, not looking too well, as a good 500,000 people did not vote for him. So In 1853, a lot of stuff happens. The Norwalk Railroad accident happens. Not good. Starting off this term really well, I guess you could say. The Costa affair happens. Again, not good. Cincinnati riots, not good. Though some good does come out, as he is involved with the Gadsden Purchase, which gives him southern Arizona and New Mexico. And of course, the Yontoket Massacre. So in this first year, affairs, massacres, accidents are happening, which only drops its popularity. Which people are starting to pin down the name of the Third Term Curse. 1854, Vice President Stephen Douglas, who was the president of the Senate, Stephen Douglas, does the same thing, but he's a vice president. He's trying to get the Kansas-Nebraska Act, but of course, Frelinghuysen does not sign it into law. The Grant Massacre occurs, as well as the Treaty of Medicine Creek, one of multiple treaties that were tribes in the Washington Territory, secede land to the United States. 1855, the Third Seminole War begins. War is happening under this third term. Not good. Again, with the southern tribes seceding land to the United States. The Point-No Point Treaty is signed. The Portland Rum Riot occurs. More riots again. The Quinault Treaty is signed. Again, more land being seceded to the United States. And the Yakima War begins. So a second war in the same year under the Frelinghuysen campaign. Not good at all. 1856, the Potawatomi Massacre occurs, as well as the Great Train Wreck of 1856. So by the time Frelinghuysen leaves office, the country has had massacre after massacre, after accident, after wreck, after bad thing, after bad thing. So whoever is going to be up in the 1856 election, they're going to have to pick up the pieces from Frelinghuysen. Though, everybody, this is the Chaotic One saying, peace.